Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 Week 10 Look at the Mecca Conference. I'm Dale Ross.
I'm the pet man, Mallard.
And Matt, first game we'll look at will be A.L. Brown, 6-3, 3-1. They're currently in second place, one game behind Mallard Creek, 8-0, 4-0. Teams did not play last year. As we know, Mallard Creek defeated Vance 41-0, and Huff defeated A.L. Brown 14-0. Hokie is picking, and I'm going to make certain that I call these out on every game. Hokie said label this Carolina varsity stuff, power ratings, etc. He's working real hard, so we appreciate Hokie for contributing these. Mallard Creek, he's picking Mallard Creek over A.L. Brown by 35, and I know Hokie, you're tweaking it. That's a tough one for me to think because, you want to think A.L. Brown's better than that, but we know how good Mallard Creek is. Really, the biggest thing here for me to say in this game is A.L. Brown is chasing first, and so they got some motivation there. That if they knock off Mallard Creek, they now create a situation in the Mecca where we could have a Mallard Creek, Huff, and A.L. Brown, all in a three-way tie.
Right.
Of course, I don't think that's going to happen, but anyway, that's what we got coming up.
Okay. I think my key for A.L. Brown here is to force some turnovers and get some big plays on special teams. They got shut out by Huff last week. And, of course, if you look at matchups and such, we all know Huff lost to Mallard Creek. So, Mallard Creek is probably going to come in and emulate that same game plan Huff did, obviously, since it was so successful. So, for A.L. Brown, I don't think they're going to be able to drive consistently on Mallard Creek. You said earlier they're only giving up 65 points all season. So, in that instance, you've got to find other ways to score. A.L. Brown has a defense that obviously played Huff, pretty tough. And then on special teams, they got a couple guys that we saw against Vance that can make some plays. So you have got to find ways to score other than on offense in this game to pull the upset here. For Mallard Creek, just grind and pound on these guys. It's what they do best. Huff did it last week. They had a rather conservative game plan. They were able to run the ball and control the clock and keep the defense off the field. Of course, Mallard Creek, I expect for them to do the same. They do that anyway. They may play both of their quarterbacks again, the young sophomores, and give them some possession-type passes to keep the chains moving. But Samuels and Pittman and those guys will probably get the majority of the workload like they always do. And like you said, I see Mallard Creek pulling this out. If they don't win, it's going to be because A.L. Brown forces turnovers. That's the only way I think Mallard Creek would lose in this one.
Yeah, I think that's very important. That A.L. Brown's going to need to play ball security heavy and cut down the penalties. So they got to try to play as near a perfect ball game as they can, and then hope that Mallard Creek can get into one of those situations like they did with Huff, where the flags are flying, and then they're going to have to create some turnovers too.
Right.
Because even with flags, Mallard Creek's still going to be able to move the ball, so they're going to have to be able to create some turnovers, I think. Just to throw out, it's 65 points on the year. In conference, they've only given up 21 points.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty impressive in 4 games. So they've actually cut down, and they cut in half what they gave up for the first 4 games, when they're maybe playing. Some of the teams were tougher, but some were not.
Right.
They've played some tough teams in conference, though, obviously, Huff and Vance. And A.L. Brown's only given up 74, but Mallard Creek's, that's in conference. Mallard Creek has scored 375 points on the season and 207 in conference, so pretty impressive. It has the looks of a big game. It is the biggest game in the Mecca this week.
Yeah.
Things have to happen. Some green magic has to happen. But it is a Friday night, and they are teenagers. So
That's right.
enjoy the game.